Okay, so I am all set up for another video. Today I wanted to do a further test on the new Miyagoshi stones I got in. I decided to go for some softer steel today with the Mkusta Sanmai Fire Damascus. It's a VG10. It's a very good knife. I decided I'd start the video off by actually showing you. I know I always talk about how thirsty and how porous these vitrified stones are, but so I actually thought I'd start the video off by showing you when I soak them. So we'll start off with the 220 grit, the Rouran, and I'll follow up with the Atago 1000. And finish with the Ebisu, I think it's 4000, yeah, it's 4000 grits. So, yeah. So I don't know if you can hear that. Hopefully you can and see it as well. These stones love their water. That's also part of what makes them so fun to use. So I'm going to leave them in for a I don't know how long until they stop bubbling. I'll update you when it's done. Okay, so we are back. That took approximately 10 minutes. The stones are beginning to look good. We don't have too many bubbles left, and this is the first time I'm soaking them, so you would expect them to take a little bit longer than usual. And that is actually an advantage of having very porous stones. They will fill up with water fairly quickly compared to you know, normal wet stones. Yeah. I'm going to move the camera and we are going to just start a small sharpening session, I think. So bear with me for a couple of minutes. Okay, so we should be all set now to start sharpening. I will be using my spring-loaded whetstone holder from 3-Man Corp. Yeah, I didn't think I'd like them as much as I do. I'll be using that one, and this is the knife I showed you a little bit ago, and I will just start by dulling it. Just to make sure we have something to work on. The 220 grit is way too coarse to start on. I'd usually just go for the 1000 grit after this, but I wanted to give it a test, so I'm just going to put the knife to it and use that to set the edge, and I'll finish it. I have finished setting the bevel on the 1000 grit, and I'll do the polish on the 4000 grit. That's the plan, at least. So that should be pretty much it. We should be all ready to start. Well, one thing I could do first is show you that it's actually dull. This won't cut at all. So, yeah. Let's just start. Just try to find the angle about where I want to work. This one. And just do some light passes. That is one. I'll do one the other way. And that's the bevel on both sides. Get the tip as well. So we are moving the bevel just nicely. So I guess that's it for this one. It's definitely fast, but you know, it's 220 with stone. It doesn't dry out as quickly as I would think. You don't need to add too much water to it. So that's a plus, especially on such a coarse stone. So I'm just going to drop it back into the water. Just going to clean it afterwards, and we'll get the 1000 grit. This one I've tried some carbon steel before. Not yet VG10. So we'll just start. There's a very smooth feel to it. Doesn't feel grainy at all, but it does remove the material. That feels good. And we got the burr. Just do a quick one there. Yep. So now I'm going to try to, just gonna give this a go. See if it cuts any faster. If I clean it out a bit. And we will go for the stropping motion, or the crescent strokes, or what you call it. Do 10 of these. It's 5, 8, and that is the burr. All right. This side as well. It's a small burr, but that's a good thing. Just have to feel it. Drive to 6. It's decent. So we'll go for 3 now. We got it. Just a couple of very light alternate strokes towards the end here. So yeah, we got the burr moving as we want. I'll just drop this back into the water. And this one I have been waiting to test out. I have never used this stone before. You can see that because it's so white and shiny still. So let's go. Oh. So look at that. So this stone could use a little flattening. I can actually feel that. Got some small bumps on there. Nothing that will affect this job too much, but something that I would try to do something about in the long run. And these stones, when they make these stones, they heat them up and they cool them down again. They can warp a little bit, just a teeny bit, and that sometimes create this small unevenness on the surface. Besides that, it's an easy fix. They are very hard stones, so they last you a long time. Anyway, so now I'm just taking my time and enjoying them, because it's a good stone. I really like the feedback on it. It's not sticky, it's a comfortable friction. Kind of know what you're doing all the time. Straighten it out. Alternating strokes at the end here. So that should be about it. Just wipe off the knife and we'll get the newspaper back. See where we're at. Oh. That is comfortable edge, straight off the stone. I will just try to clean this stone a bit, just to see how much actually goes off. Looks like it's fairly easy to clean as well. So lastly, we will do the strop. The final finishing touches on the edge. Just a few light ones. Before we do a final test on the newspaper. Yeah, it's a lot cleaner than what you saw just now. That is a beautiful edge coming off a 4000 grit stone. Yeah. So that's gonna be it for this video. I'll get to making a few more pretty soon. Just waiting for a few more stones, and then I'll start to, I think I'll start to compare stones a little bit more. Just 2,000-3,000 grit stones against each other. We will see, but until the next time, thank you for watching, and